Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Cool FM live broadcast of Cochise County Sports. Tonight, you got Paul on the call, and we have Cochise County Baseball. We are starting off our coverage of the Warren Baseball Classic Tournament tonight between the St.DAVID Tigers and the BISBEE Pumas here at Warren Ballpark. There are going to be tournaments scheduled all across Cochise County. We have a few of our teams in the Lancer Baseball Classic up in Tucson, Arizona. But we will be here in Bisbee, Arizona to broadcast the Warren Ballpark Classic. We are just moments away from getting everything settled and starting this ball game up. I do not know if we're live right now, so give me 1 second to make sure that everything is right as rain. It looks like we are live on Cool FM Live Sports, not where I wanted to be. But thank you, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM. In 1 second, share out all this stream. And then we can go ahead and thank some of the people that make this broadcast possible. Just moments away. We don't know if we're going to have a national anthem from Principal John Watts. I asked him 2 seconds ago. He said, we'll see. I said you had about 30 seconds to figure the answer to that question out, Principal Watts. But we shall see. And he's checking a mic. Let's see. Let's see. There's Principal Watts.
First game of the Bisbee Baseball Classic, featuring the BISBEE Pumas and St.DAVID Tigers.
These two teams have played earlier this season. Bisbee was victorious in that one. We kind of expect the same thing here tonight to kick off our tournament, but we shall see. Everyone has been playing the Bisbee Pumas a little bit tougher this year. They have the target on their back, being defending 2A state champions. And of course, the reason that we are pretty confident that Pumas will win this one is because the two top pitchers for the St.DAVID Tigers will not be able to throw this year. Well, at least one this year, and we'll have to see if Merrill can come back. But that's just a bit of unfortunate luck for the St.DAVID Tigers, who we know and love. Still, they have enough talent on this roster where they should still be contenders, in a sense, for that 1A state championship. We saw what the Valley Union Blue Devils were like as they took on Duncan, and they were able to handle Duncan very handedly. It looked like that team was coming along very nicely. They will resume their action this week. I believe they played Tuesday. So,
all right, at this time, will everyone please rise?
And we will get a national anthem from Principal John Watts. Enjoy the show, everybody.
The scoreboard, just pass the scoreboard for our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Principal John Watts from Bisbee High School with the national anthem, one of our favorites in Cochise County. We have a couple talented national anthem singers. A couple of them reside out in Benson, Arizona. Here we go. Starting off our Warren Baseball Classic. Rules are going to be a little bit different. There will be a 90-minute time limit on each game, which made them lower the innings to 5 instead of 7. And as we broadcasted it last year and the year before, the games never reached 7 innings. So it only makes sense to go to 5 innings. But thank you, everyone, for joining me, Paul Corder, on Cool FM Live, where we broadcast our sports live free of charge. Thanks to our amazing sponsors. First, Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care across Cochise and Santa Cruz County. Call them today at 520-685-1035. A lot of people have been calling, especially today. Thank you, everybody. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, SSVEC, serving our community. The MORSE Automotive Group, formerly Lawley Automotive. Sierra Vista is now backed by Ed Morse. You can drive in today and experience the difference. And thank you to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. Action all across southern Arizona for all of our baseball teams. The Bisbee Pumas, Wilcox Cowboys, St. David Tigers, and Tombstone Yellow Jackets play right here at Warren Ballpark this weekend, where we will broadcast all of our Cochise on Cochise games and maybe a couple more outside of that. And then at the Lancer Baseball Classic in Tucson, Arizona, that's where you'll find the Buena Colts, the Douglas Bulldogs, and the Benton Bobcats. Not really a tournament, I found out. It's more of just a showcase where each team plays each day. But we are ready for baseball action. The best time in the world across Cochise County is baseball season and softball season. Let's not lose sight. We only had one team between baseball and softball last year not make the playoffs, and that was because of AIA restrictions. But my goodness, every single team playing postseason baseball are in the playoffs every single time. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live Sports. Don't forget to like the Facebook page, the Cool FM Live Facebook page, and subscribe to the Cool FM Live YouTube page. Umpire, I thought he was looking at me for a second. He was not. Tomorrow we will have a lot of baseball action. That's the first full day of the tournament. And then, of course, I will be here Friday. And then Saturday we'll wrap it all up. Dave Davies will be here for that one. As we go through the Bisbee Puma lineup. I forgot to get first names for a couple of kids. We got a couple of new players in here for the Bisbee Pumas. They will be led off by Mr. Here, There, Everywhere, Sebastian Lopez, as we fully expect. Sebastian Lopez added some pop into his bat, which does get him into trouble sometimes, but if you got 2 home runs on the season, 50 stolen bases, you can do whatever you want. The 50 is an exaggeration, obviously. He's going to be followed by Horacio Olivaria. Boy, we really start saying that right. And then, of course, Bryson Meyer, the reigning 2A Player of the Year. That's all across Arizona, not just in the 2A Beast region, which is correctly the 2A South region this year, but we still call it the Beast. Hitting in the 5 hole is going to be Hunter Wright for the Bisbee Pumas. And I'm trying to get Correa for the Bisbee Pumas. That's a new player that we're going to see. It's going to be David Correa for the Bisbee Pumas, as I go ahead and write that one in my lineup. He's going to be hitting out of the 6 hole. Then Javi Montiel, Brian Martinez, and Ryan Rutherford. So Ryan Rutherford, our first look at him as well. On the mound for the St. David Tigers is going to be number 19, Luke Haymore. And we are set and ready for baseball action at Warren Ballpark. You can hear the crowd starting to get lively already. First pitch into Lopez, going to catch the outside corner. Strike 1. The second one into Lopez. Shows bunt, pulls it back, 1-1 the count. Sebastian Lopez, 2 home runs on the season, leads the team, which is a surprising stat with Bryson Meyer hitting behind him. And both those home runs, I can confirm, are out of the park. When it comes to Sebastian Lopez, you think his speed might contribute to inside the park home runs, but this one's going to be low and away, 2-1 to Lopez. It's not what you want if you're Luke Haymore on the mound. Sebastian Lopez, not one you want to start messing around with. Throw him strikes. Maybe even up in the zone. He's tried to add that pop. You can get him to pop up every now and again. That's a good pitch on the inside corner, 2-2 by Haymore. And the story for the St. David Tigers is going to be who is stepping up to be their top 2 pitchers this season. The 2-2 home from Haymore. That one's going to be in the dirt. 3-2 now. Try to overthrow that one. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. Don't forget to get active in our chat, folks. This is a communal stream. I have the phone right next to my other phone, so I can read everything without losing audio or missing a beat or anything like that. The technology we have. Just add more phones. It'll be good. The 3-2. Sebastian's going to rip this one to short. Oh, and the ball's going to eat the shortstop up alive for the St. David Tigers. That's going to be Vincent Yeager. And that's going to be the first base runner for the Bisbee Pumas, and a dangerous one at that. Sebastian Lopez on first. That's going to bring up Horacio Olivaria. Since the latter half, the second half of last season, Horacio Olivaria has been one of the best hitters in the state of Arizona. He's got a home run this year. He almost hit for the cycle his last game. This kid will not quit. Scored that one in E6, and Sebastian Lopez takes a lead off first. He doesn't need much. Bisbee wearing their all whites. That's going to be a throw down. They got him. Sebastian Lopez is out. I just realized that the Bisbee Pumas are going to be the visiting team. As Sebastian Lopez thrown out by Cedar Haney behind the plate. You don't say that often. And that's going to be, I believe it was a ball on the pitch. I don't see it on the scoreboard. We'll put the 1-0 down. I will adjust the names of the teams. I can't adjust the logos. As Ross looks at that one high and tight. 1-1 the count, I believe. But Sebastian Lopez thrown out by Cedar Haney behind the plate. Cedar Haney, one of those arms, I believe, that cannot pitch this year. No problem gunning it down to second. One official out in the top of the first inning. Olivaria looks at that one in the dirt. 2-1 the count, I think. Nope, 3-0. Just kidding. The ump said 3-0. Everyone's saying 2-1. Oh, we'll see. 3-0 the count. Again, this is a 90-minute time limit, folks, so we will be here for an hour and a half, and that is it. Ross looks at that one on the inside corner. 3-1 the count. Taken all the way. Smart from Horacio Olivaria. Despite how hot his bat has been, he also has one of the best eyes and baseball IQs in the county of Cochise. Haymore set to deal. The 3-1's going to be too tall, and there's Horacio Olivaria, the Greek god of walks. We haven't called him that in a long time. Watch that one go by and is on first base. So another base runner for the Bisbee Pumas. Last one, Sebastian Lopez was thrown out trying to take second by Cedar Haney. That's going to bring up a big bombs. Bryson Meyer, the power of the Pumas, for the most part. That mantra's been taken over by Sebastian Lopez this year, as he's got 2 home runs. Meyer's still looking for his first. Of course, as you're the reigning 2A player of the year, a lot more strategies gone into your at-bat, and a lot of people pitching around Bryson Meyer. Olivaria able to get back at first. Gorgeous night in Bisbee, Arizona to start our Warren Ballpark Classic. This one's going to be on the outside corner. Strike one to big bombs Bryson Meyer. And that's something I've noticed anyway to Bryson Meyer is people are starting to pitch him away. They don't want to give anything on the inside where he can turn and pull on it. It's the same way they used to pitch Barry Bonds. Just pitch him away. I mean, if they did pitch to him at all. But just pitch him away. You can't be predictable, so you have to come inside every now and again. You just want to make sure, you just want to pray that he is not waiting on one of those inside pitches where he sends it into McCovey Cove in San Francisco. We have our first stoppage of play. I do believe there is a pitch clock even in 2A. I know there wasn't 5A last year. Luke Haymore. Olivaria, a pretty good sized lead off of first, and he's going to get back in time. Good job checking the runner back and making sure Ross doesn't go anywhere. Owen Judd on first base as Luke Haymore is pitching. Luke Haymore, the normal first baseman for the St. David Tigers. The 0-1 home to Meyer. Slide step, delivery. That's going to catch the inside corner. Froze Bryson Meyer. 0-2 the count. And already the Bisbee faithful letting Blue know what they think about that call. 0-2 the count now, home to Bryson Meyer. Good breaking ball from Luke Haymore. Pretty decent-sized crowd here, considering. This one's going to be in the dirt, away. Good block behind the plate by Haney. That'll be 1 and 2. Start to see some of our St. David contingency coming in here. St. David, now that we're back to baseball and softball season, we're back to a St. David Power Hour on our high school sports show, live Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Softball team, the Power Hour for St. David. Taking their cues from the football team. Looks like we might have a balk. No, we just have a timeout. Just have a timeout. That's going to be 2-2. They're going to reset the scoreboard. Is it 2? Oh, okay. So they give them a pitch clock. Duh. So the pitch clock expired, and that's going to result in a ball. Now, I got to say, I was really iffy about the pitch clock, but it has made the baseball viewing experience a lot better all across the board. That one's going to be too tall, 3-2 the count. Kind of looks like I'm tilted a little bit. We'll fix that. Don't worry about that. We'll fix that. They call me Paulie Two Phones. It makes everything so much easier. The 3-2 home to Meyer. That's going to be low and away, and that's going to be the second walk of the inning for Mr. Luke Haymore. And that's going to bring up Jackson Alvarez. Jackson Alvarez looking for his first home run of the season. He didn't hit one as a freshman either. Noticeably has much more pop in his bat, and this is exactly the cleanup hitter you want protecting Bryston Meyer. Teams are going to have to choose who they want to pitch to, Jackson Alvarez or Bryston Meyer. If you are Jackson, easiest way to get people to pitch to Bryston Meyer is just to hit some home runs. Shout out to Owen Judd. I missed his solo home run last year here at Warren Ballpark. That's not going to happen this year, Owen, I promise. That one's going to be too tall. 1-0 the count as Luke Haymore comes inside. I was mortified. We were trying some new things with the broadcast, and my goodness, it just cut out. Next thing I know, I hear a ting, and Owen Judd homered to left field, and I had to go apologize immediately to the kid. 1-0 slide step. Jackson Alvarez is going to send this one. Foul off the right side. 1-1 the count. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. Let me know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from in the comment section. Don't be shy, folks. I want to get interactive with this broadcast. It is baseball. We got nothing but time in between pitches and innings to sit here and chit-chat with each other. This one's going to miss outside. 2-1 the count. Luke Haymore staying away from the Bisbee Puma hitters. Everything on the outside corner. We'll see if that trend continues. Tournament game, it's going to be interesting to see how both of these coaches manage their arms. Hunter Wright will be pitching for the Pumas today. Jackson had a good one to hit, but way late on that one. 2-2 the count now. Jackson knows it. I know that walk-off. I know those looking in the sky. Like, what did I miss? 2-2 the count. Earlier in this inning, Cedar Haney did pick off Sebastian Lopez, caught stealing second base. Something you don't really say too often. Jackson's going to strike out. Good pitches there from Haney. 2 away. Haymore, rather. Well, good pitch calls by Haney. How about that? Raquel Wilson in the chat says, let's go, Tiger emoji. I don't think there's not a community we don't love going to in Cochise County. St. David's definitely up there. It's kind of like our baseball power rankings. There's no bad baseball team in Cochise County. There's no bad place to broadcast for. St. David overly nice to us, to two people who don't deserve it, let me tell you. That's going to be the first strikeout from Haymore. That's going to bring up Hunter Wright as he looks at a pitch high and outside. 1-0 the count. Gorgeous night for baseball. This is the perfect time to broadcast from Warren Ballpark. Once that sun goes down, yeah, it's pretty cool, but you don't get that mountain range in the back. The 1-0 home now to Hunter Wright. He's going to rip this one to short. That's going to get past the shortstop. That should be the first one. Olivaria's coming in, and they're going to mishandle it in left center field. St. David, they're kicking the ball all the way around. Hunter Wright's going to come in with a triple. And some fielding errors out there in left center field allow 2 runs to come home for the Bisbee Pumas. And I should go ahead and switch. This is the top of the first inning, folks. Let me go ahead and try to switch up the scoreboard really quickly. I apologize for that. I was told that Bisbee was going to be the home team. The logos will be incorrect. but I will get the. I'll let the get the names right. There you go, Paul. As I was trying to write in the RBI from Hunter Wright, who stands now 90 feet away. This one's going to be ripped. That's going to get by as well. That's going to be 3-0 early for the Bisbee Pumas. I believe it's David Correa. Comes in and gets a RBI single. We'll have to see Correa. I think it's, I forgot to write. I'm so sorry. That's going to bring up Javi Montiel for the Bisbee Pumas. And we have a few comments in the chat. Luke Haymore throws it down. That's going to be nothing doing. Good job to run the runner back. As Raquel Wilson in the chat says, I know our community loves when you guys come out. Absolutely. We'd love to be there. And we have Mike Yarian in the chat says, let's go Bisbee Pumas. This one's going to be inside to Javi. I'll switch up the scoreboard at inning switch. I don't know why I'm trying to do that right now. That's going to be 1-0. Correa with the big lead off of first. I believe this is the Douglas transfer, David Correa. This one's going to be a high fly ball. Does it get out? And it doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to track that one down. And that's going to be 1-1 now to Javi Montiel. Oh, a bunch of love emojis coming in. Love to see that. I'll tell you what, folks. Having two phones makes everything. But last year when I was doing baseball and I only had one phone, I couldn't read the comments. I didn't know if anyone could hear me because the scoreboard app I have on my phone sometimes wouldn't work properly. So there's just a lot. Clarissa Sotelo in the chat says, Vamos Pumas. 1-1 now to Javi Montiel. Javi started off very hot. Correa gets back. Very hot this season. Somebody that I had my eye on, so I take full credit for calling his hot start. Freddie Young in the chat says, let's go Pumas. Jackson Alvarez, get it, stud. Jackson Alvarez is now 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Montiel is going to send this one down to short. This is where the Pumas have done their damage. Can he beat it out? Yes, he can. Ball's going to get away. Montiel is going to stay on first, but Correa goes all the way over to third. Now runners at the corners for the Bisbee Pumas. Here in the first inning, they are threatening. It looked like Correa was running on that one, so they hit and run. Montiel puts it right at the shortstop, who had to track all the way back and try to get that ball, and he just unfortunately could not do it. And everything here on the top of the first inning, I know it says St. David, coming up Pumas. Don't worry, that scoreboard will get fixed at the end of the first. That's going to bring up catcher Brian Martinez for the Bisbee Pumas. Last time I broadcasted the Bisbee Pumas, Brian Martinez pitched a 2-hit shutout. Makes you wonder how good the arms are of the Bisbee Pumas were. It was Meyer, Mendez, and then Wright coming in all the time. Brian Martinez, I think that's just more of a Coach Todd Hammett doesn't want to lose him behind the plate because he is a heck of a catcher as well. He swings to that one 0-1. Coach Todd Hammett from the Bisbee Pumas. Coach Ron Goodman from the St. David Tigers. Bringing their squads into this Warren Ballpark Classic. That one's going to be just low, 1-1 the count. And Luke Haymore would have loved to have that pitch. St. David Tigers missing their top two pitching arms, maybe for the season. One is out. I think one is Judd. I can't remember. Judd and Haney sounds right, but we'll have to see. Haymore, good pitch here. This one's going to be fouled away. Getting a nice velocity on that fastball. Got to have a little bit of a tighter location, as we do see head coach Ron Goodman going out to talk to his pitcher, Luke Haymore. 1-2 the count. This might be a pitch count thing. Seeing how they're going to manage their arms. They are going to bring in a new pitcher for the St. David Tigers. 4 games in 4 days. You got to keep some pitch. 5 comments in the chat, folks. I know we can do better than that. Drop me an exclamation point. Talking emojis. That's what the kids do nowadays. I looked at a text message from one person. I saw hi and a bunch of emojis behind it. I said, I don't even know what that says. The 1-2 home to Martinez, and they're going to strike him out. Good job there from Grant Haymore. That's going to be the 3rd out of the inning, and the St. David Tigers should be coming in. There they go. Should be coming in to take their first hits of the ball game. So it's 3-0 Bisbee Pumas on top of the St. David Tigers as we turn it over to the home team with the sweet gold jerseys. St. David Tigers, of course, we talk about jerseys. Can't forget about the all-whites from the Bisbee Pumas, my personal favorites. Nothing like the black numbers and a touch of red. That's what we love to see. Ooh, Fabian Hernandez coming up to warm up the pitching. Hunter Wright gets the start for the Bisbee Pumas. And while Hunter Wright gets warmed up, let's look over the St. David Tiger lineup. Pitching now, but starting left field, number 4, Grant Haymore. He'll be followed by Owen Judd playing first base today. Then the starting pitcher, Luke Haymore, who finds himself in the outfield now. Hitting cleanup is going to be Cooper Merrill, the designated hitter. That can't be right. Oh, yeah, it is. For some reason, I always get Cooper Merrill and Cedar Haney mixed up in my head. Catcher Cedar Haney does hit right after Cooper Merrill in the 5-hole. Emmett Header, sophomore now, freshman last year, playing center field. Hitting 6th, Clark Wilson, the freshman, playing third base. Oh, he is third base, yep. Playing third base and hitting 7th. Vincent Yeager hitting 8th and playing shortstop. And finally, Caden Richens is going to be rounding out the lineup for the St. David Tigers. Funny is if you saw my scorebook, I put in Caden Hooper. We have the All-Star Classic coming up in Benson, Arizona on the 29th for basketball. We're not done with basketball season just yet, folks. Caden Hooper will be one of the participants. Obviously, my mind was on that. But Caden Richens for the St. David Tigers. I was talking to some Bisbee fans before the game as they're piled up right behind me. Pretty good turnout here. I'm getting surprised with the turnouts for the Bisbee Pumas so far this year. It's always cold. That's what happens if you're state champs. But they were talking about the St. David Tigers and how formidable they used to be in all. And I said that they're formidable in all sports, and they said no, they used to come in and beat teams like Buena and Bisbee a lot because they had the Judds playing for them. And I said, well, first baseman number 16, Owen Judd, who hits number 2 on our lineup, is still playing for the St. David Tigers. Of course, Dawson Judd, a Judd that plays for the Benson Bobcats, is what they were saying. And so I guess you could have, back in the day, you got to pick your high school, and as long as you made the drive, you got to go anywhere. Story time over, folks. We are set and ready to go. Leadoff hitter Grant Haymore for the St. David Tigers going up against Hunter Wright. And Hunter Wright throws him a slider right away. Gets that to pop out to Correa at second base. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the Bisbee Pumas defensively. Holy moly. Can't start any better than that if you're Hunter Wright. That's going to bring up Owen Judd for the St. David Tigers. Breaking ball, catches the inside corner. Owen Judd not happy with that one, 0-1. That's now 2 very inside pitches. That's just an adjustment you're going to have to make as a hitter. Go ahead and start turning on those breaking balls on the inside. This one's going to be too tall. The fastball from Hunter Wright. Lost the release point, 1-1 the count. Oh, enjoy that mountain range in the back, folks, while you still got it. That sun's about to go down. The 1-1 home. Good pitch there from Hunter Wright. Looked like a cut fastball. Had a little bit of break on it. Nothing too extreme. Just cut slightly away from Owen Judd's bat. He just got the end of the bat on it. This is a timed tournament, so we have 66 minutes and 39 seconds to play in this ball game. There's a good breaking ball that gets Judd defensively swinging, able to foul that one off. Still 1-2 the count. And they will only be playing 5 innings, which is smart. I don't think I saw, with the 90-minute time limit, I don't think I saw one game make it to past 6 innings. for 2 years running. The Warren Baseball Classic, of course, is not the only tournament we have our Cochise County teams invested in. This one's going to be shot back up to Hunter Wright. Correa over, trying to make the play, throws it, not in time. So the seeing eye single from Owen Judd nets St. David their first base runner. Great piece of hitting from Owen Judd as he was down 1-2 in that count and was able to find something, put it in play, and get on first base. Now down 3-0, the St. David Tigers with their first base runner. The other Cochise County teams in a baseball tournament, the Lancer Classic, Benson Bobcats, Buena Colts, and Douglas Bulldogs all participating in that in Tucson, Arizona. The Valley Union Blue Devils, no tournaments, I believe. That one's going to be low and away. That's the first pitch to Luke Haymore, the pitcher on record for the loss. You know, he wants to help his cause out. I did not have the time to go over to Owen Judd and say, hit another home run, kid, because I won't lose it this time. I cannot remember. I think that might have been against Tombstone last year when he hit his home run. Whatever game I was broadcasting and missed it, still mortified about that. There's a few things there I just can't get over. That was one of them. This one's going to be shot right back up to Correa. The 4, the 6. Jackson's just going to eat it over there at shortstop, but they do get the force at second. Haymore and Judd exchanging positions on first base. And that will bring up cleanup hitter, designated hitter, Cooper Merrill for the St. David Tigers. Hunter Wright gets a sign. It's a pretty big lead. Ooh, if he had a better throw down, they might have been able to tag that one out. Luke Haymore getting right back to the bag, but only just. Haymore looks like he wants to be active on first base. That's going to play in the hitter's head. Fake's going. This one's going to be shot up to shortstop, and that's going to be Jackson Alvarez over to Correa. And that's going to be the inning for the Bisbee Pumas. One base runner for the St. David Tigers in the bottom of the first, but they cannot cash in on anything. That's going to take us to the top of the second inning. Bisbee Pumas on top, still 3-0. Score that one a fielder's choice, 6-4. You hear the country music playing. That means we're turning over the innings, folks, and we're going to go ahead and thank some of the people that make this broadcast possible. First, Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper for all of your landscaping needs, including pool services. Serving all of Cochise County. Visit them on Facebook or Google Grasshopper Landscaping. Ooh, new ad reads. They're trying to trip me up now. Thank you to Ginger's Titles of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Look for the iconic pink door, now open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you to Allo Fiber, your new home team internet, TV, and phone provider. Visit allofiber.com to learn more about the Allo Fiber difference and become a fiber fan. Now available in Sierra Vista. Well, Allo Fiber, I'm still waiting. I checked the map. Construction is underway. We are just about ready for installation right behind the Mall of Sierra Vista. Allo Fiber, right behind the Mall of Sierra Vista. Of course, everyone and their mother waiting for Allo Fiber to come down. 2 gig speed. I don't know if anyone cares what that is. That is by far the fastest internet on the market. Thank you as well to Right Way. Right Way is now serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County, providing heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. We will be working hard to earn your trust the right way. We are happy to support our local athletic sports broadcast. That will be this one right now between the St. David Tigers and the Bisbee Pumas. Folks, there's still only 5 comments in this chat, I swear. This is baseball season. We need to talk. We need to talk about a lot of stuff. Give me something to talk about in this chat, people. The last comment, I'll shout out it again. Freddie Young says, let's go Pumas, Jackson Alvarez. Get it, stud. And then, of course, Raquel Wilson's been in our chat. There's such a handful of comments that I can read them twice. This one's going to be a high fly ball. Does it get down? It does not. That was Ryan Rutherford for the Bisbee Pumas. So Rutherford flies out to right field. That's going to bring up the top of the lineup, Sebastian Lopez. Michael Karen Murphy. No, so here's what happened with the mascots is we have Sebastian Lopez taking his first swings, his first look as well against Grant Haymore. Want to know the count. So I got word that the Bisbee Pumas were going to be the home team in this tournament, and it turns out they were not. And I can switch up the names. I can't switch up the logos once the stream starts. Sebastian Lopez takes a hack and a half at this one. It's going to get down the third base line. Sebastian Lopez looking to turn this one into a double, but he holds up at first. So Lopez has reached base twice. Reached on an error in first at bat. This one a nice clean single. Last time Sebastian Lopez was on the base paths, he was caught stealing by Cedar Haney behind the plate for the St. David Tigers. Yes, I know. We don't say that very often. Sebastian Lopez was caught stealing. That's going to bring up Horacio Olivaria. Used to be the unsung hero for the Pumas. Now probably one of the leading bats for the Pumas. If you had to ask anybody, looks at that one on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Nice brisk night. Hopefully it stays this temperature forever. This is manageable. But we know when that sun goes down, that sun goes down. Owen Judd holds Sebastian Lopez on first. Sebastian not taking off in that first pitch. Loves to go on the second pitch, and he will be going now. He got a jump, and there is no way that they're going to be able to throw him out. So that's going to be 0-2 to Ross. But a stolen base for Sebastian Lopez as he finds himself on second. Sebastian Lopez started running before the ball was even gone. Sebastian's going to go for third. Ross is going to send this one into center field. It's a flare, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder. Sebastian Lopez has to go all the way back. So 2 fly balls for Grant Haymore and 2 outs for the Bisbee Pumas. That's going to be Bryson Meyer coming up now for the Bisbee Pumas. Emmett Eder back in center field for the St. David Tigers. 3-0 Bisbee Pumas still on top. Bryson Meyer walked in his first at bat. He's got Jackson Alvarez behind him. Alvarez does have that pop that you want from a cleanup hitter behind Bryson Meyer. Can sort of protect him. But he's going to have to show that he's just as dangerous as Bryson Meyer if people want to start pitching to Bryson. That one does not catch. Look good from here. A little bit high. Want to know the count. You are very welcome, Michael Karen Murphy, for the explanation. We tuned in late, so we didn't even know that we weren't the home team. Yeah. Samesies. You're fine.
Can you tell me what games you're going to stream over the weekend? Do you know? Do you have like a list?
Dave knows. I don't. Okay. That one's going to be fouled away 1-1. Yeah, sorry. I'm not very prepared. Yeah.
But so, I know he's doing 2 games. Are you doing other ones?
Yeah, so I'll be here Friday. I think the 12, 2, and 6.
Okay.
Is what I'll be doing.
People are asking at the AIS to be streamed, and I said they're going to do it. So
yeah, okay. Yeah. We'll be here all week, and that's all. You will be. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Thank you.
Courtney Borquez, athletic director for the Bisbee Pumas. What a run she's had. 1-1 the count home. Oh, you can even hear it in the chat. This one's going to be outside, 2-1 the count. A little bit low as well. Gloria Leon in the chat says, "Go Pumas, woot, woot." There we go. Now we're starting to get the chat active. That's what we like to see between our 2 Cochise County teams, St. David Tigers and the Bisbee Pumas. First game of the Warren Ballpark Classic. This is going on through Saturday. That one's going to be outside, 3-1 to Meyer. So again, avoiding Bryson Meyer at the plate. A strategy that a lot of teams have utilized this year. Bryson Meyer getting the Barry Bonds treatment by quite a lot of pitchers in Cochise County. I do not believe Tombstone and Bisbee play each other in this tournament. That would have been fun to watch. Sebastian Lopez might be caught stealing. He goes off. No, they're going to throw the ball away. But Grant Haymore, a little bit of a lapse in judgment. And that's going to lead to the 4th run for the Bisbee Pumas, 4-0. Still 3-1 home. They should have had Lopez dead to rights as he got his patented early jump, but it just results in 2 stolen bases. So in this Bryson Meyer at bat, Sebastian Lopez, 3 stolen bases. 3 stolen bases, 2 home runs. Sebastian Lopez doing everything. A little birdie told me that he might have committed to a college football. We'll see. I don't want to break the news just yet. There's just rumors everywhere, folks. But either which way, 3-1 home now to Bryson Meyer. Bryson's going to take this one inside, so that's 2 walks now for Bryson Meyer. There are 2 outs in this inning, not 1. Paul, you're stupid. It's tough to work the scoreboard and commentate. and I probably could put the scoreboard down, but then who would tell you that Jackson Alvarez coming up to the plate is 0 for 1 with the strikeout? You need the scorebooks. Oh, it seems like that audio switching over. I don't like that. Bryson Meyer's going to be thrown back by Haymore. Come on, folks. We can get this chat more active. I got nothing but time in between pitches to sit here and talk to you beautiful people out there joining us on Cool FM Live. Bryson Meyer with an enormous lead. He's going to take off for second. Alvarez going to swing through. They got Lopez, but this one not going to happen. The ball's going to get in the center field. Now that's going to turn into 2 stolen bases again. And Bryson Meyer finds himself on third. We have Carla Reina in the chat says, let's go Pumas. Girl softball won their first 2 games in Phoenix today, so the softball team is playing in a tournament in Phoenix is what I'm hearing. Is that correct, Carla? Congratulations to Bisbee Lady Pumas. This one's going to be a high fly ball. This is going to be close. Does it get out? No, it doesn't. Owen Judd over there. And that is the third out of the inning. The Bisbee Pumas do tack on a run. We go into the bottom of the second. Pumas still up 4-0. The Douglas Lady Bulldogs hosting a softball tournament of their own. I was going to be there today, but I decided to do this one instead because I didn't have all day to spend in Douglas, Arizona, as Carla in chat says yes. So that's 2-0 for the Lady Pumas softball. All right. That's what we like to hear. Unfortunately, this day was very busy for my day job, so couldn't take any time to go watch the Douglas Lady Bulldogs play softball. But speaking of softball, how about the softball teams around Cochise County? St. David and Tombstone played themselves into an exciting barn burner where Tombstone came out on top 15-11 in Tombstone, Arizona. 2 of the top teams in Cochise County going at it. And that must have been a fun one to watch. I'll never know. Hunter Wright retakes his position on the mound. And while he does that, I'd like to thank Sosai. Every play, every pass, every goal, every run this season, we're with you every step of the way. At Sosai, we believe in rising to the occasion. When the pressure's on, we say challenge accepted. Join us in backing the Bisbee Pumas and St. David Tigers because together we are unstoppable. Thank you to American Southwest Credit Union. Shout out Gil. Tonight's game is sponsored by American Southwest Credit Union, serving all of Southern Arizona. If you live, work, or worship here, you may be eligible to join. Experience better rates and personalized service at ascu.org. Join the credit union that supports your community, federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender. And they have those in Douglas. Butch and Cindy Hammett saying, not trying to be a jerk. Sounds like you're about to be, but it's now 2 nights. Oh, son of a buck. Oh, I lost the comment. No, Butch, Cindy, I make it very nice. I don't like to give errors out in 2A baseball. So, unless they're egregious, yes, okay. 2 throwing errors for the St. David Tigers. As Michael Karen Murphy in the chat says, nothing quite like Warren Ballpark, a beautiful setting. Let's go Pumas. And we are back and better than ever as Hunter Wright throws a nasty slider. 0-1 the count. Is that Cedar Haney, I believe, up at the plate for the St. David Tigers? Either Cedar Haney or Emenetti. I believe I got all the outs. I'm notorious for not writing the third out down in the scorebook. This one's going to be a high fly ball in the infield. Hunter Wright running over. Can he make the play? No, he can't. Right in front of the dugout. But that will be 0-2, home to Haney. So I will go ahead and give the proper analysis of the ball game. Every time I do a Bisbee game. No mercy. Cedar Haney now down 0-2 in the count. This one's going to be chopped down to third, and that's going to get foul as well. Ooh, my audio just went out. I hope no one else's did. Refresh this on Cool FM Live Sports real quick. That ball's going to be chopped foul 0-2 to Cedar Haney. Cedar Haney able to throw Sebastian Lopez out behind the plate. In the first inning, this one's going to be fought off the hands. Olivario's giving chase, and he can't get there. Still 0-2, so a good job. A good job there by Cedar Haney finding everything off. But it's in your hand. Yes, absolutely. It is, I understand. And that would drive me crazy, too, watching a sports broadcast. I do it all the time to professional announcers when I'm watching football or baseball, especially football. Because it seems like a lot of the times nowadays, nobody's even paying attention to the game. 50 minutes to go on the timer in this ball game, 50 minutes and 20 seconds to be exact. The 0-2 home to Haney. Right, tried to put him away. This is going to be a high chopper. Good job there from Javi Montiel. He's up, and he is over. Montiel, a designated fielder last year, and shows you why as he records the first out of the bottom of the second inning. Javi rewarded this season. He's able to hit his own plate appearances, and he's doing a great job. Well, let's not lose sight of Javi Montiel and his fielding ability down there at third. And you're going to see a lot better fielding statistics for the Bisbee Pumas this year as Banning Creek Enterprise came in and redid this whole surface of the infield, and it looks gorgeous. Good pitch there from Hunter Wright. Just looked up at it. Looked like another slider. And that's going to start Emmett Eder off 0-1. Eder, the center fielder for the St. David Tigers. There's the black silhouette of the mountains letting you know that the sun is just about gone here in Bisbee, Arizona. Home of the Pumas and home to the Warren Baseball Classic. We'll be here all weekend, folks. That one's going to be low and away, 1-1 the count. I believe the coverage starts with Tombstone and Wilcox tomorrow. Of course, Wilcox Cowboys looking to get revenge on the Tombstone Yellow Jackets, who no-hit them and shut them out the last time those two teams played. The 1-1 home, that one's going to be high and inside, 2-1 the count. Butch, I could show you my scorebook, and I do have them written as errors. All right, we're over it. We're past it. We're past it now. 2-1 home now to Emmett Eder. This one's going to be thrown at the knees. A good fastball gets by him, 2-2 the count, able to just tip it away. On deck and retrieving this ball is going to be freshman Clark Wilson for the St. David Tigers. St. David Tiger football should be even much better next year. They didn't lose any of the Pachecos. And they have Vincent Chicariello, who is their quarterback and not a freshman. That one's going to be low and away, 3-2 the count. And it's a good job here from Emmett Eder, seeing as many pitches as he possibly can. This is, remember folks, the tournament game. They have 4 games in 4 days, and they have to save arms, as we saw the St. David Tigers do with Luke Haymore in the first inning. The 3-2 home from Hunter Wright. This one's going to be fouled away, and we'll do this one again. 3-2 with 1 out. Oh, what a gorgeous night for baseball. Glad to be here to kick this one off. We will be here all day Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to broadcast these teams. I'll be honest, I can't remember who I'm broadcasting, but I know the time slots. This one's going to be on the outside corner. Ring him up and set him down. That's 2 away now as Hunter Wright catches the outside corner. And it will bring up freshman Clark Wilson for the St. David Tigers. They are down 4-0. And I do believe, no, they are not hitless. They do have a single. So just a shutout for Hunter Wright. Maybe I should look up and make sure it's David Correo and not Danny Correo. It is. I was right the whole time. Clark Wilson fouls that one off. 0-1 the count. Two outs in the bottom of the second inning. And again, for all of those who are just joining, I do apologize for the logos being on the wrong teams. That's something I can't do after I start the broadcast. I am able to edit the team's text and where they're playing, so I was given wrong intel that the Bisbee Pumas were going to be the home team tonight. 1-1 the count. And if you know the third-party software I stream on, it is very, very difficult to restart a stream. This one's going to be too tall, 2-1. Noticeable pop from Hunter Wright, the junior for the Bisbee Pumas, and he's just going to develop that fastball even further his senior year. It's something that we've seen Bryson Meyer and DJ Elias from Tombstone do, as they have to be cracking 90 on the gun. Good fastball right by him, 2-2 the count now. Hopefully we get a all-star game going between the Cochise County teams for baseball. That would be amazing to watch. The 2-2 home from Hunter Wright. The slider gets him swinging. He went down. And that's going to be the third out of the inning. They check down to the first base umpire, and he says yes. Going into the top of the third now, it's still 4-0. Bisbee Pumas on top. Clark Wilson trying to protect. Unfortunately, he protected against the ball, and that's the strike 3 call. And we will get Grant Haymore, the freshman for the St. David Tigers, back out on the mound. Jesus. Here we go with my nightly battle with the English language, folks. But I would like to thank everyone for joining me on Cool FM Live for our Warren Ballpark Classic tournament kickoff game between the Bisbee Pumas and the St. David Tigers. And I'd like to thank the sponsors that bring us here and enable us to broadcast our Cochise County Sports Live free of charge. First, Synergy Home Care, providing non-medical home care across Cochise County and Santa Cruz County. Call them today at 520-685-1035. That's strictly non-medical home care. Call the office. They'll actually run you through the paperwork of how you can get that service paid for. Thank you to Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, SSVEC, serving our community. And thank you to the MORSE Automotive Group. Stop in today and experience the difference at Ed Moore. Cochise County is now backed by Ed Moore's. Finally, thank you to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. Fleetwood Mac playing in the background. Break the chain. The St. David Tigers looking to break that goose egg they have on the scoreboard. Can't do it just yet. Got to get out of the top of the third inning for the Bisbee Pumas to have a crack at getting on that scoreboard again. They've had chances. They've had runners on second. Just got to hit. Just got to get them home. Not to be lost, Hunter Wright's been pitching a jam. And speaking of, Hunter Wright up now for the Bisbee Pumas. A single that turned into a triple because of the errors out in left field, Butch and Cindy Hammond. It does get credit for the 2 RBI. So Hunter Wright 1 for 1 in this ball game. That's going to be Grant Haymore on the mound. First pitch home to Hunter Wright's going to be too tall, 1-0 count. State champion Bisbee Pumas up 4-0 in this ball game. Bisbee Pumas #1 ranked team in Paul's Power Rankings on our Cochise County Sports Show that you can find live Tuesdays at 10. This one's going to be high and inside, 2-0 count now to Hunter Wright. We did those yesterday. I know, Butch and Cindy Hammond, the ballpark is gorgeous right now. This is the best part of broadcasting. I kind of hate when it gets pitch black because this one catches the outside corner 2-1 because then you lose that mountain range in the back. But I'll tell you, no better spot to broadcast from. The Copper Queen King Stadium in Douglas, a close second because of the foliage they have out in the outfield. It just brings you back home to a better time. This one's going to be fouled straight back at me. 2-2 the count. There's just, I don't know. I just love baseball. I just love baseball. Of course, Tombstone has that new stadium. Bedson's got the monster in right field. Wilcox. Driving to Wilcox is always a joy. They got themselves that football stadium in the background, just like the Bisbee Pumas have here. This one's going to be low and away. 3-2 the count now to Hunter Wright. Buenos Facilities, of course, being a 5A school, second to none. I'll tell you, the best grass, the best field is the 3-2 homes. Hunter Wright's going to swing and miss on that one. Good pitch from Grant Haymore. And that's the first out in the top of the third inning. I was right the whole time. But I followed the Buena Colts up a couple of years ago to Horizon Honors, and to let you know who Horizon Honors are is Grant Haymore. That's the last hitter he's going to face. Horizon Honors had 3 national championship banners in 5A baseball, not state championships. national championships. Dave Davey says, "I'll be there tomorrow, baby." That's not my best Dave voice, but whatever. I tried. But Horizon Honors had a gorgeous field, and it was pristine. It was I could only compare it to Goodyear and maybe Tempe when you go to the state championships. But they didn't have the characteristics of some of the ballparks here in Cochise County. We have the mountains in the back. We've got the history at Warren Ballpark, and then, of course, the Copper King. There's no better fence line out in the outfield than Douglas, Arizona, the Copper King. Hopefully, they're going to be playing some home games next week. That's 2 games that we had winded out that we wanted to do from the Douglas Bulldogs are rained out. Haven't been able to get out there. Buena Colts as well. We haven't been able to do a Buena Colts game this year. We are traveling all across Cochise County, folks, for our baseball and softball coverage. That's why you only get one of us at a time. Dave will be here tomorrow, as he said, for the Warren Ballpark Classic. Oh, yeah. Coming into the game at pitcher now for the St. David Tigers as soon as he turns around. I'll get that number for you. Emmett Etter, the center fielder, number 6. That's going to be 3 pitchers in 3 innings for the St. David Tigers. Trying to save some arms. 4 games in 4 days. High school baseball, I don't care what level you are, nobody has past 2 arms that they want to throw out there consistently. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us on Cool FM Live, where we broadcast our sports live free of charge. Don't forget to like the Cool FM Live sports page, which I'm on right now, actually. Streamed to the wrong page. It is what it is. Of course, you're probably subscribed to that Cool FM Live sports page, and also subscribe to the Cool FM Live YouTube page while you're at it. Just a few more warm-up pitches before we get started. Right back into the action. The opening game of the Warren Ballpark Classic, just under 40 minutes to play. Each game will be timed. So it's either the 90-minute time limit or 5 full innings, whichever one comes first. There's a good 2-seamer. Umpire dusts the plate off, and we are ready to get right back into this action. David Correa. Oh, man, don't start, Paul. David Correa coming home to the plate for the BISBEE Pumas. The Douglas Bulldog transfer, so he can play some defense. Can he send one into our night sky and take out one of those light bulbs in the scoreboard? We shall see. Hanser Martinez, Bisbee is not losing. That's going to be high and inside 1-0. So the scoreboard story is that I was told the Bisbee Pumas were going to be the home team. They ended up coming up being the away team. So I could switch the text, but I cannot switch the logos on the scoreboard, and I cannot mute the logos. So that's just what we have to do. Or maybe I can. We'll see. Here. Let's take a look at that one in the dirt, 2-0. We're going to find this one out together, Hanser. I think you can actually take the logos off of the scoreboard. And you can. All right, there we go. Take the logos off. It makes the scoreboard look a little bit drab, but it is what it is. That's going to cause a lot less confusion. Shout out to all the viewers who haven't been confused by that, because it would confuse the heck out of me. The 2-0 now home to Correa, and that's going to run in and hit him. Correa is going to go ahead and take first. And the first batter that Emmett Etter faces plunks him right in the back. Hanser says much better. I agree. Hanser says you almost gave me a heart attack. Score that one the old HBP. Or for your old school people, you can still score it the old BB. Base on balls. They're going to go out there and talk to Emmett Etter, the third pitcher for the St. David Tigers. They're getting into their arms. They got to find one, too. Remember, the St. David Tigers do not have their 2 top pitchers pitching this season. They are playing, but they had I can't remember what it was. I think it was surgeries. They had surgeries on their arms, and so they got to give the Shohei Ohtani treatment where they can hit, they can play the field. They just cannot pitch. That does bring up Javi Montiel as Correa gets back. Good save there from Judd. St. David, good pickoff moves to first. Of course, we've seen the Wilcox Cowboys, specifically Ty Scholl, one of the best pickoff moves in Cochise County. And Correa's going to go to second. He's going to steal. Ball's going to get away. That will be a stolen base. And because the runner did not advance to third, no pass, ball, or wild pitch. That would be a tough wild pitch if we were scoring that, but no pass ball. 1-0 to Javi Montiel. David Correa at second base for the Bisbee Pumas. I think I broadcast the Wilcox Cowboys when they had a plethora of errors, and I was trying to keep it as positive as I could. That one's going to be outside, and you could see that Eder has a different release for his fastball and his breaking stuff, so he's got to keep that ball hidden as long as he possibly can. Keep it in the glove. Correa takes the lead off second base. The pickoff move to second. That ball going to get into center field. An error on the pitcher, and that's going to send David Correa up to third base, and this is what the Bisbee Pumas do. Bisbee very adept on the base pass, defense, bunting, and base running. That's how they got their 2A state championship, especially in that championship game. We talk all the time about how selfless that was. They bunted five times for base hits, and successfully sacrificed 6 times. It was just crazy to watch. Yeah, cleanup hitter. Holy Molina come up. Sacrifice, suicide, squeeze bunt in his first plate appearance. The 2-0 home to Javi. This one's going to be outside. 3-0 now. There you go. 3-0 to Javi Montiel. Does he have the green light? And will he try to put one into that night sky? He does not. That one's going to be high and inside. That's ball 4. Pumas have runners at the corners, only 1 away in the top of the third inning, as we have 33 minutes and 55 seconds on the scoreboard before this game is over. 90-minute time limit or 5 innings. That's going to be for the entire tournament. Baseball is a game that does not have a time limit, so if you do a tournament, you have to have a time limit. Otherwise, games might be going off at midnight. You never know. It's kind of like our Little League Baseball that we broadcast in San Pedro all the time. There was a delay, and they restarted. Oh, this one's going to be a bunt down from Brian Martinez. That's going to work to get the runner home, and he's going to reach first base as the ball's thrown away. Now runners are going to be on second and third for the Bisbee Pumas, and everything going wrong for the St. David Tigers to start off this top of the third inning. 5-0, Pumas on top. A couple of throwing errors for the St. David Tigers, resulting in a 5-0 lead for the Pumas. And you just cannot do that against the 2A state champions. That's going to bring up Ryan Rutherford for the Bisbee Pumas now as I get my scorebook right. Ryan Rutherford 0 for 1, flew out to right field in his first at-bat. He's going to rip this one back to the pitcher. Runner's going to come home. St. David should have the out, and they do. Montiel caught coming in. That's going to be the second out. St. David thought it was the third out. Now coming home is going to be Brian Martinez. Some more mental lapses in judgment for the St. David Tigers. Runners at first, and another run across. 6-0 now, 2 away in the top of the third inning. And that's going to turn us back over to Sebastian Lopez for the Bisbee Pumas. They are up 6-0 on the St. David Tigers. Mental mistakes from the St. David Tigers contributing in 2 runs across in this half inning. I believe it's 2 runs. Yeah. Lopez looks at that one high and tight. Good throw down. Do they get him at second? And they do a great job. Rutherford gets thrown out. That's going to be the second time that Cedar Haney catches a Puma base runner trying to take second base. 3 outs, but damage done from the Bisbee Pumas as they now open up a 6-0 lead against the St. David Tigers as we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Good song. Hunter Wright will be on the mound once more for the Bisbee Pumas to take his 3rd inning of work. Coming up for the St. David Tigers, Vincent Yeager, Caden Richards, and then Grant Haymore as we turn the lineup back over in this inning. As Hunter Wright gets warmed up on the mounds, folks, I'd like to thank Barnett's Towing and Barnett's Propane, serving our community since 1963. Also, thank you to the Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. Their new physical therapy departments are open in Hereford, Bisbee, and Douglas, providing the highest quality of services to home health patients and outpatients of all ages. Make an appointment with them today at 520-432-6435. Thank you as well to Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper for all of your landscaping needs, serving all of Cochise County. Visit them on Facebook or Google Grasshopper Landscaping. Probably got 5 stars on Google as well. Thank you as well to Ginger's Titles of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Look for the iconic pink door. Now open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And finally, thank you to Allo Fiber, your new home team internet TV and phone provider. Visit allofiber.com to learn more about the Allo Fiber difference and become a fiber fan. Now available in Sierra Vista. Yeah, select parts of Sierra Vista, not my house. We're getting there. We're getting there. Right behind the Mall of Sierra Vista is where you need to expand next, Allo Fiber. I know people that have Allo Fiber right now, and I've been to their houses, and I need that in my life. Noticeably that the other internet providers in Sierra Vista haven't had nearly the issues they used to now that Allo Fiber's down. It's almost like when you take away monopolies, services get better for the good of the people. Vincent Yeager coming up for the St. David Tigers, shortstop. Had a rough first inning since then, been very sound defensively, and now wants to come up. Hit a dinger over left field. We're waiting for it. That wind is blowing. Someone can do it. Viewers still piling into this stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. 6-0. Bisbee Pumas on top of the St. David Tigers as the first pitch home to Yeager is going to be high. 1-0 the count. Noticeably a better angle for our Warren Ballpark streams in Bisbee, Arizona than the press box we were in last year. The 1-0, this one's going to be thrown right by him. 1-1, good fastball there from Hunter Wright right at the knees. Well, folks, don't hesitate. I know the comments have slowed down. Don't hesitate to get in the chat. Let us know where you're cheering for and who you're cheering from. And also, do not hesitate, as we're going to have Coach Hammond's going to be asked to talk to these fans again. Do not hesitate to criticize your broadcaster tonight. I take it on the chin. I know what I'm doing and when I'm doing something, and if someone calls me out for it. So it's going to be a warning for the fans of the Bisbee Pumas here tonight. And there's quite a few of them. State champions. Didn't even realize. Not as cold tonight, so definitely getting some more fans out. The Warren Ballpark Classic will be broadcast every day this weekend. That one's going to be too tall, 2-1 the count. Bisbee fans notorious for giving umpires grief. If you want to know where my co-broadcaster gets it from. 2-1 the count. Good breaking ball. That's going to catch. 2-2 now. Bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless, the St. David Tigers. And since the first inning, they have not got a hit. I did write into my scorebook wrong. Oh, well. Michael Karen Murphy. Ooh, let's wait for Hunter Wright's 2-2 home. At the knees, doesn't catch. Good frame from Brian Martinez. Ump was having none of it. Michael Karen Murphy says, wish Allo Fiber would come to Bisbee and remove the Sparklight monopoly. Yeah, they're doing that for Sierra Vista right now. And I do not doubt that they will have plans to expand in all of Cochise County. This one's going to be knocked right back at me. 3-2 the count. Just able to catch the silhouette of the mountains in this broadcast. They are just about to be gone, folks. Say goodbye. It's all right. We have night baseball in Bisbee. Yeager's going to hit this one. Foul again. This one does get on top of the roof and will be coming back down momentarily. There it is. Should be coming into your screen right now. Still 3-2. Caden Richards on deck for the St. David Tigers. Able to bring that one back to the umpire. I feel like if you are a business and you want to come down to Sierra Vista or anywhere else, you have to treat Cochise County like the city and expand everywhere. Good breaking ball. Catches the outside corner. Ring him up and set him down. Hunter Wright. One up, one down via strikeout. Vincent Yeager sits down. That's going to be the third strikeout for Hunter Wright in this ballgame. Caden Richards, the 9-hole hitter for the St. David Tigers before we turn the lineup back over to Grant Haymore. Haymores and Judds, they're everywhere in St. David, Arizona. Also Hawkesses, but those are mostly female dominant athletes. Hunter Wright throws this one right by Richards, 0-1 the count. And I found that Cochise County is just full of athletic family dynasties everywhere. Fun fact, Wilcox, Arizona hosts Travis Larson, and the Valley Union Blue Devils in Elfrida, Arizona host Marshall Larson, and they are cousins, and they both made our all-Cochisian football team this year. The bloodlines run deep, and I will say this, you give me every athlete in Cochise County to make an all-star team, we're not losing anybody, maybe basketball. California's got 7-footers that play like Kevin Durant. This one's going to run in. Hunter Wright's going to lose the second batter of the inning as he beans Caden Richards. And we turn the lineup back over to Grant Haymore for the St. David Tigers. Grant Haymore officially 0 for 1, lined out to second in his first pitch. I do not mind aggressive hitting. I know it's in vogue to take the money ball route and see as many pitches as you can, but also I feel like the deeper you get into a count, the more your brain plays tricks on you. Just get up, and you see a first pitch fastball across the plate, go ahead and give a hack at it. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe you go ahead and send one over the left field wall. That scoreboard looks too bright. Let's knock a light bulb out. Good pitch there from Hunter Wright, 0-1. That last hit by pitch on Caden Richards, that was actually the first pitch that I've seen Hunter Wright completely lose control of. As he tries to pick him off, that's a good throw down, good tag, but right back in is Richards. Third inning of work for Hunter Wright for the Bisbee Pumas on the mound. We are in the bottom of the third, even though we are at Warren Ballpark. The St. David Tigers are the home team. This one's going to be ripped into left field. Grant Haymore gets himself a single. Now St. David starting to pile on some base runners. First and second, only one away. The freshman of St. David, I was told not to sleep on him. And first of all, I don't sleep on any athletes in St. David, but they are making some people that told me that look very, very smart right now. Keep getting notifications, whatever. Now, with runners on first and second, that's going to bring up Owen Judd. Owen Judd been the best St. David baseball player 3 years running now, and he has got ducks on a pond. Just got to bring them home. Hunter Wright facing his first real trouble in this ball game. One away, runner in scoring position on second. Hunter comes home with the breaking ball. Owen Judd wanted to turn on that one. Just missed it. 0-1 the count. 0-1 to Owen Judd. Oh, my golly. He's going to have to see a ball first if he wants me to stop doing that. Hunter Wright now, 0-1. Runners at first and second. Looks the runner at second back. This one's going to be in the dirt, low and away, 1-1 the count. Richards at second. Haymore at first. Grant Haymore, not Luke Haymore for the St. David Tigers. Luke Haymore is on deck for the St. David Tigers. Owen Judd looking to at least give him fully loaded bases before he comes up. We'll see. He wants to knock him in himself. He's going to step away and foul tip that one off strike two, and that's just guessing. He really thought Hunter Wright was going to come to the inside corner again, so he stepped away. Hunter Wright, good job mixing up the pitch locations. Throws that one outside, and that's why we have 1 and 2. see Isabella Solis in our chat, all Cochisian player. This one's going to be ripped in the left. Does it get down fair? It does. That's going to be runs for the St. David Tigers. A little bit of a mix-up there in left field, but runners will come to second and third, and that is a 2 RBI double as they're starting to get to Hunter Wright at Warren Ballpark. That's going to bring up Luke Haymore. That's 2 for 2 now for Owen Judd. Runners at second and third. And Luke Haymore clean up their third 3-hole hitter for the St. David Tigers. Isabella Solis, congratulations on your 2 victories today, Bisbee Puma softball. I forgot who told us that in the chat, but somebody did. Chat finally got more active. No more of a handful of chat. Say chat one more time. Handful of communications. There you go in the box. Here we go. Second and third, Hunter Wright in more trouble for the Bisbee Pumas. First pitch does catch at the knee zone, won the count right on the outside corner. 1 away in the bottom of the third inning. Luke Haymore officially 0 for 1. 3 hits for the St. David Tigers, 2 of them from Owen Judd. Haymore's going to swing on that one. Jammed up on the inside part of the plate. 0-2 now the count. Bisbee Puma pitchers do a great job. High, low, inside, outside. Mixing up their locations, their pitches, and not making it predictable. And that's shout out to Carlos Lopez. I believe he is the one that calls the pitches for the Bisbee Pumas still. Hunter Wright up 0-2 on Luke Haymore. Can he put him down? That one's going to be too tall. 1-2 the count. Not a bad pitch. High and outside. See if he just swings through it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 across for the St. David Tigers, and they're looking to add onto that. A ball in the outfield cuts this lead in half, and we have a 6-3 game. Hunter Wright up 1-2 on Luke Haymore. Breaks underneath. Does the ball get away? What is the call here? Did the umpire call strike 3? I didn't signal the strike 3. The ball does get away, and it looks like that's exactly what happened. So the unfortunate strikeout winds up in a runner on first for the St. David Tigers. Now bases fully loaded for cleanup hitter Cooper Merrill. And St. David, with 1 swing in the bat, can make this a 1-run ball game at Warren Ballpark. So Luke Haymore did end up swinging that ball that bounced off the plate and bounced away from Brian Martinez, and there's nothing you could do about that if you're a catcher. 6-1 your score, bottom of the third inning. Hunter Wright still not out of this danger. In fact, in more danger now with the bases fully loaded. Cooper Merrill, the designated hitter. He's going to send this one out to second. That's going to get through. That's going to be one run for the St. David Tigers. Digging around third and coming home. That's going to be a great throw from right field, but he's going to be safe. And on the throw now, 2 runs in, and runners advance back to second and third. 6-3 your score. The St. David Tigers are starting to catch fire offensively. A 2 RBI single, and runners advance on the throw home. By Cooper Merrill, and that's going to bring up Cedar Haney. Cedar Haney's had a great game defensively. 2 caught stealing pickoffs at second base for the St. David catcher. Now looking to make that translate into some offense. He's going to chop this one down to third. Javi Montiel is going to be underneath his glove, and now everything coming up Tigers. In the bottom of the third inning, it's 6-4, and you can hear that St. David contingency getting very, very loud at Warren Ballpark. Still only 1 run. Emmett Etter, the center field, and now pitcher for the St. David Tigers, is up as they cut this lead now to 6-4, and I think Todd Hammett has seen enough of Hunter right on the mound. Unfortunate there, got a couple ground balls. A seeing eye single turned into a 2 RBI double. Great piece of hitting, not to sound negative about it, a great piece of hitting by Cooper Merrill to shoot that one through. And then the chopper under Javi Montiel's glove. And that's the 3 runs that the St. David Tigers now have. But if you're Hunter Wright on the mound, you wanted the ground balls, you got the ground balls, and unfortunately just didn't work out for you. It looks like Hunter Wright will be on the mound. Todd Hammond wants to go talk to his defense. And it will still be Hunter Wright on the mound for the Bisbee Pumas. But things just got interesting at Warren Ballpark. Bottom of the third inning, Bisbee Pumas up 6-4. The St. David Tigers looking to avenge that loss they suffered here at Warren Ballpark to these very same Pumas earlier this year. And right now, 4 runs across in the inning. 1 away, bottom of the third. Enter Sandman, enter Emmett Etter for the St. David Tigers. $15 minutes, 35 seconds left on the game clock. Hunter Wright throws a fastball in the outside corner, 0-1 to Emmett Etter. Runners at the corners for the Tigers. Cedar Haney on first, Cooper Merrill on third. All 4 runs scored in the bottom of this third inning for the St. David Tigers. They've got a second time through the lineup. That's when you start seeing the offensive numbers start to shine for a team, and that's what's happening here as Hunter Wright throws that one by Etter, 0-2 the count. We got ourselves a ball game to kick off a Warren Ballpark Classic. Who'd have thought? Cochise County is very good at baseball. The 0-2 home. Etter's going to send this one back to Montiel. Could have gone to second. Oh, they're going to get the runner trying to come home from third. We got ourselves a pickle, a little bit of a hot box action. Hunter Wright will tag the runner out. Runners on first and second. Great awareness from Javi Montiel to come home and save the run. He could have gone to second and tried the double play, but got the sure out to save the run from coming across. The old fielder's choice 5-2. That's going to bring up freshman Clark Wilson, who struck out in his first plate appearance. Great job there from Montiel to single-handedly shut down the momentum from the St. David Tigers. Can Clark Wilson build it back up? We shall see. 14 minutes to go. Once that clock hits triple zeros, folks, this game is over. Clark Wilson's going to foul that one right back at me. 0-1 the count. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live Sports. Don't forget to like this page, of course, the Cool FM Live page. And jump into the chat. This game just got interesting. Let me know how your nerves are doing right now if you're a Puma fan. And let me know how excited you are if you're a Tiger fan. All the momentum in the world with the St. David Tigers. 4 runs across. And this bottom of the third inning, that one's going to catch the outside corner. And Hunter right now up 0-2 against Wilson, who struck out in his last plate appearance. Well, that scoreboard just doesn't look the same without the logos on it. The 0-2 home. That one's going to be strike 3. Great job from Hunter Wright, pitching himself out of that jam. But the St. David Tigers do their damage. 4 runs across in the bottom of the third inning. That's going to take us to the top of the fourth. Clark Wilson now 0 for 2 with strikeouts. And coming up in the top of the fourth inning, we're going to have Sebastian Lopez, Horacio Olivaria, and Bryson Meyer for the Bisbee Pumas. The top 3 hitters. Can they do some damage against these St. David Tigers right now? St. David has all the momentum in this ball game as we kick off our Warren Ballpark Baseball Classic. We do see the umpire talking to a couple of people dressed in red. One of them, head coach Todd Hammond from the Bisbee Pumas. The other one, athletic director Courtney Borquez. I think they might be going through how they're going to play this situation when inevitably the scoreboard timer does run out before the half inning and the St. David Tigers come up to bat. Will the St. David Tigers have a chance to answer? I believe, in baseball, that's all you can do. That's part of the game. The home team always gets a chance to answer. So when that clock hits triple zeros, I would fully expect the St. David Tigers to get a chance to maybe tie this ball game up. It's going to be tough, though. The top 3 hitters for the Bisbee Pumas coming up. That's Sebastian Lopez, that's Horacio Olivaria, and that is Bryson Meyer. Those are the 3 big guns for the Pumas. Can the St. David Tigers get out of it? And before we figure that out, let's go ahead and thank some of the people that allow us to broadcast live free of charge on Cool FM Live with our Cochise County Sports. First, SoSci, every play, every pass, Every goal, every run this season, we're with you every step of the way. At SoSci, we believe in rising to the occasion. When the pressure's on, we say challenge accepted. Join us in backing the St. David Tigers and BISBEE Pumas because together we're unstoppable. Learn more at SoSci.com. Thank you as well to Right Way, now serving Sierra Vista and all of Cochise County for plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical services. We will be working hard to earn your trust the right way. Happy to support Cool FM Live and their local athletic broadcast. And finally, thank you to American Southwest Credit Union. Tonight's game is sponsored by American Southwest. They're serving all of southern Arizona. That does include Douglas, Arizona, and Benson, Arizona. Shout out, Gil. If you live, work, or worship here, you may be eligible to join. You can find them at ascu.org as we are back into the ball game. No pitching changes for the St. David Tigers, and Lopez looks at the ball in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Rhonda in the chat, and Renard says, SoSci. We also have Rhonda saying, go Pumas. Jeremy and Norman are watching. Thank you so much. And then Frida Young says, go Pumas, and they need all the help they can get. Momentum in this ball game snatched away by the St. David Tigers. Sebastian Lopez trying to get on any way possible, 2-0. Sebastian Lopez, a couple stolen bases in this ball game. 2 years ago, Sebastian Lopez finished top 10 in the nation in stolen bases, and now has added power to his bat. 3-0. That one's inside. Emmett Etter, yeah, struggled with command since he's been in this ballgame. Just a sophomore, plenty of time to develop it. Plenty of pitches to throw, but right now the St. David Tigers want to come back into this ballgame, and they want to get to the plate as fast as they possibly can. This one's going to be in the dirt, and there's the ever-dangerous base runner extraordinaire for the Bisbee Pumas. Sebastian Lopez looking to go for his third stolen base of the ballgame, and that's going to bring out once more head coach Ron Goodman as Horacio Oliveira comes up to the plate. Fun story about Horacio Oliveira, and I don't think I'm the only person that does this, by the way. All last year I called him Horacio Oliveira until I saw that his last name had 2 R's on it, and his nickname is Ross. So I went up to him at the Bisbee Puma ring ceremony and said, is your name Horacio Oliveira? He said, yes, it is. And I said, I am so sorry. He was just like, dude, I don't care. He's like, I was just happy you guys would broadcast. My goodness, was he ever bombing that ball towards the end of the season. Big gaps, Horacio Oliveira from right center field every single time. It would always wind up in a triple. He had a triple yesterday in Wilcox, Arizona. I saw it. He was a home run away from the cycle. The hottest bat in Cochise County. That's tough to say. DJ Elias from the Tombstone Yellow Jackets and Austin Cushman from the Buena Colts. I don't think I've been broadcasting those kids for 3 years, and I don't think I've ever seen them not put up crazy statistical numbers. And then Douglas, we still haven't got a chance to see Douglas this year. And Douglas Bulldogs are fun to watch because they defend like a major league ball team. That's the best I could say about it. They got that shortstop, Ivan Aguirre at short. No, he's a junior this year. I can't remember, but that kid is just crazy good at flashing the leather. I talked to Coach Todd Hammond about it. They had their practice game before the season. They scrimmaged the Douglas Bulldogs, and he said he took one in left field and was able to throw across his body in left field and throw the runner out at first. I'm going the long way around to say that Cochise County has a lot of good ball players. I can name you 3 off of each team off the top of my head that should be playing at the next level. Owen Judd's going to come into the game now for the St. David Tigers on the mound. So it is not Owen Judd, one of the arms that is not able to pitch. So that means it should be Cooper Merrill and Cedar Haney, their 2 top pitchers that can't go this season. Owen Judd losing everything a little bit right. A couple of freshmen in Douglas, Arizona making a name for themselves as well. I don't know freshman names right off the top of my head. They got to do that all season for me to remember their names off the top of my head. But I'll tell you, it's just fun in Cochise County to broadcast baseball. We saw the Wilcox Cowboys getting a little inching better and better every single time we see them. They have a new head coach, Of course, the Adonis of Cochise County, Adrian Fuentes, decided to take the time off so he could watch his daughter play softball. Stephen Ward takes that team over. So there is going to be a little bit of a transition period for the Wilcox Cowboys. We are a little bit surprised. We thought they'd be one of the top teams in Cochise County to start. Everything we know about the Cowboys, they will develop and get to be one of those 8 best teams like they were last year by the end of the season. They did lose 4 really big contributed seniors, but they played so many young kids. I thought that they'd be closer than they were. But that's the name of the game in baseball. Just every day you got to get better and better and better, and the Wilcox is getting better. Benson Bobcats, of course, they've been playing a very tough schedule as well. They're up in the Lancer Classic playing 4A and 5A teams. And finally, the first pitch home after a couple of check downs on Sebastian Lopez from Owen Judd. It's going to be low and away. 1-0 the count. Bryson Meyer on deck for the Bisbee Pumas. As Clarissa Stella back in the chat says, "Vamos Pumas." The pitch on this one's going to be high. I'll tell you, Owen Judd just does not look in control of his delivery. It looks to be a little bit quick, which is, if you're a golfer, you know how much that can hinder your game if you don't have a good rhythm about you. The 2-0 home now to Olivaria. That one's better, but Ross is going to lift this one to the left field. Does it get down? The diving attempt in left is going to be to no success. And Sebastian Lopez is going to wind up on third. Horacio Olivaria, the 0-out double for the Bisbee Pumas. Runners now at second and third for big bombs, Bryson Meyer. And a huge opportunity for RBI for big bombs. The St. David Tigers have switched so many players around defensively. I'm not going to guess who's out in left field right now. But a good effort out there. Just did not pan out. Runners now at second and third, and big bombs, Bryson Meyer. Homerless this season. I don't want to say that too loud. I don't want to see him throw a ball at me at 100 miles an hour. This one's going to be high and tight, 1-0. And that's just the treatment you get as the reigning 2A player of the year in the state of Arizona. Bryson Meyer does not get very many pitches to hit, and you saw him get dusted off with that first one from Owen Judd. Expect St. David to try to something on the outside corner, and they do. Bryson Meyer hits this one off the hands, takes a hop over the first baseman, and that's going to be 2 runs in for the Bisbee Pumas as Bryson Meyer winds up on first base. And Bisbee doing a great job of answering the 4-run bottom of the third with now 2 across and the top of the 4th. Now, Butch and Cindy Hammett, who is probably watching. Traditionally, you're not supposed to score RBIs on an air, but I do. So if you do at home, let me know. If not, I'm still going to count him as RBI. Somebody had hit that ball. Somebody had to put it in play, and that's going to bring up, as Freddie Young's in the chat, let's go stud, Jackson Alvarez. Look at that timing. Great job, Frida. Professional over here. Jackson Alvarez, the cleanup hitter. Only one person on the bases to clean up. That's Bryson Meyer, who's on first. That one's going to be high and tight. 1-0 count. I already had the ball up there because I didn't clear off the last count. 8-4 now. Pumas on top of the St. David Tigers with just under 3 minutes to play on that scoreboard. We will have to see if 0-0 means the ball game's over or 0-0 means that's the last inning. And good throw down from Owen Judd, but Bryson Meyer able to get back. Freddie Young in the chat says, of course, that's my godson. My only nephew is my godson. Butch sitting here laughing about that says, do it, buddy. I'm sorry. I know that you're not supposed to count him on an air, but if he didn't hit that ball, the runs would have never came across. So that's how we do it. That's how we do it in Paul land. Bryson Meyer, a big lead. Jackson's going to watch this one on the outside corner, 1-1. Better location from Owen Judd. Bisbee Pumas were in a bit of trouble. It was 6-4, a 4-run bottom of the third inning from the St. David Tigers. But now in the top of the 4th, they got 2 runs, throwing back down, and then in there, getting right underneath the tag is Bryson Meyer. course, all teams very aware of the base running prowess of the Bisbee Pumas. We talk about it with Sebastian Lopez all the time, but top to bottom, everyone can run the bases in this lineup. And Bryson Meyer's going to take off. This one's going to be ripped into left center field. That one's going to be, a good job there, cutting it off by the left fielder. And that's going to be runners at the corners now for the Bisbee Pumas. Jackson Alvarez, the noticeable pop in his bat. Eventually, he's going to get really a hold of one and send it over the left field wall. Score that one, a single for Jackson Alvarez. Runners at the corners for Hunter Wright, who was 1 for 2. A single and a strikeout in this ball game. Runners at the corners. Jackson Alvarez doesn't look like he has any desire. Oh, he is going to take off. He takes that head start lead. Ball's going to be thrown down. That's going to hit Jackson in the head. It is a live ball. They're going to try to come home. Bryson Meyer is safe. He didn't slide. I think he thought the ball got into center field. But that's going to be another run across for the Bisbee Pumas, now 9-4. I believe the pitch was a ball to Hunter Wright. And Jackson Alvarez is going to shake this one off. We'll see if he's okay. Assistant coach Mike Chavez out there to look at him. Dave Davies in the chat says Hunter went huge yesterday. Hunter Wright, pitcher on record, 4 runs allowed in 3 innings, but the first 2 innings he pitched were complete shutdowns. Jackson Alvarez will be pinch ran for, and that's going to be Fabian Hernandez coming in. And I think the umpire is trying to see if Todd Hammett will be taking Jackson Alvarez out of the ball game. We are at 0-0 on the clock. And we're going to figure out early on whether that means the home team gets to hit, which I do believe they will, or this game just ends with whoever's at bat gets the third out. So Fabian Hernandez will be taking Jackson Alvarez's spot officially. Jackson Alvarez able to go ahead and shake that one off as he slid into second. The ball came in and hit him right in the helmet. 9-4 now. Pumas on top. 1-0 the count home to Hunter Wright. He's going to take a look at that one across the plate. 1-1 now, I think. Let's go ahead and see what the umpire says before we start assuming. 1-1. Runner at second is Fabian Hernandez now. Jackson Alvarez put him there. And that was a close play at home. Bryson Meyer did not slide. I thought the tag got there, but the umpire's got a much better vantage point than I did. That one's going to be high, 2-1 the count. Gorgeous night in Bisbee, Arizona. It's always nice when there's no wind. Hurricane force winds pushing 40 degrees makes it feel like 20. Judd throw that fastball right by Hunter right now, 2-2 the count. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live Sports. Don't forget to like this page, the Cool FM Live page, and subscribe to the brand new Cool FM Live YouTube page. And we have our cool graphics, and Dan the Man's back there with their instant replays and whatnots. We do simultaneously broadcast on YouTube for the better viewing experience. Judd gets Fabian Hernandez back. 2-2 the count, and that's going to be a quick delivery, and it just fools the St. David Tigers. Hernandez is going to go over to third base on the pass ball. I'm not scoring that one a wild pitch. I don't know how you have it, Butch, but I have that one as a pass ball, and that's going to be full count runner at third for the Bisbee Pumas, 90 feet away. We still have yet to record an out in the top of the 4th inning for the Bisbee Pumas.
That's what we all the time.
3-2 now. Judd on the mound. Hunter Wright at the plate, trying to get another one across and help his cause. And he shot that one into center field. We heard that sound like a gunshot. Got all of that one. And Hunter Wright now, he's going to try to go for second as they throw the ball in. 10-4 now. Hunter Wright does find himself on second base. He says he needs to replay. 10-4 now. Bisbee Pumas answer the 4-run bottom of the 3rd inning by the St. David Tigers with a 4-run top of the 4th. RBI single for Hunter Wright, and that's going to bring up David Correa. Correa swings the first pitch 0 for 1. I believe Correa is the Douglas Bulldog transfer. Todd Hammond was very excited about him. Todd Hammond never wanted to show his emotions outside of the field, but he had a little bit of a grin on. He's like, we got this kid Correa that can play. His first action for the Bisbee Pumas this season. Of course, that one's going to be outside. There are a lot of transfer stipulations for people the first year. I think they have to sit out half of each season. I don't know how that works, to be honest with you. Anyone that has more knowledge of the AIA's stipulations on that can just go ahead and jump in the chat. Let me know. I'll shout it out in the chat, folks. That one's going to be strike two as he swings right through that one. Could this be the first out of the top half of the 4th inning for the St. David Tigers? We shall see. Owen Judd in trouble on the mound, and it does not look to be getting any easier for him out there. Correa's going to foul this one off, still 1-2. You know what I need? I need a chair. I need a chair here at Warren Ballpark. That's when I need to start bringing. Anyone seen a broadcast that we do, just know that I'm standing up the entire time. I'm too old for this now. 1-2 the count. Owen Judd. That one's going to be too tall. 2-2 the count. Nobody out. Hunter Wright on second base for the Bisbee Pumas. Your score, 10-4. Dave Davies says there's a chair in the booth. Yeah, I should go pick it up. I think I could probably reach the scoreboard. That one's going to be high and inside. Good job here from Correa, battling back all the way down from 1-2 now to 3-2. We see, you could probably see at the scoreboard out there in left field, 000s on the clock. We are waiting to see, do we get a bottom of the 4th or not? I assume we do. The 3-2 home to Correa. He's going to foul this one right back off at me. Still 3-2 the count. Not gonna lie, every time I see that ball coming at me, my first instinct is to jump out of the way. But you can't do it because it makes you look like a fool. Especially at Warren where there's a fence and a net. Can't be that silly. Correa for the Bisbee Pumas is 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. That slider's going to miss. Oh, they're going to call it strike 3 on the outside corner. And that's the kind of call that Owen Judd needed on the mound. First out of the inning. I'm going to bring up Javi Montiel. Javi, if I can read my own handwriting, I believe is 1 for 2 in this ball game. Or is that he? I don't even know. That's a single for sure. 1 for 2 in this ball game, Javi Montiel. Hunter Wright still at second. Javi's going to take a look at that one across the plate. 0-1 the count. Gorgeous night for baseball, and as soon as I talk about that win, here it starts. Here it starts to come. That's right. I have jeans on today. The 0-1 home to Javi. No. Look good from here. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike. Hunter Wright at second base for the Bisbee Pumas. Javi sends a high fly ball to left field. I don't think he got enough of that one. It will be put away. Can of corn, and Hunter Wright stays at second base after that fly out to left. That's going to bring up catcher Brian Martinez for the Bisbee Pumas. Martinez officially 0 for 2, reached on an error and struck out in this ball game. He did get that RBI in that bunt attempt. That was going to be an RBI no matter what. He sacrificed in his last at bat. I believe that he hit it in this inning too. I did my scorebook wrong, Butch, FYI. I didn't go by the innings. Just put all the numbers back to back to back. Still early season for everybody, including me. 1-0 the count. Martinez looks at that one on the inside. This one low and outside. 2-0 now to Brian Martinez. Now 2-0. Judd gets set and ready to go. This one's going to be a hack and a half at that one for Martinez, but it started to swing just a little late, and that ball's going to go foul. 2-1 the count. I'm going to do something controversial and take away my earpiece. And the stream's going to shut down. Everything's going to go wrong. I'm not going to know about it because I'm not going to listen to it. 2-1 now to Brian Martinez. Judd sends that one too tall. 3-1 the count. Bisbee Pumas looking to not be done in this inning where they answered the 4-run bottom of the third inning by the St. David Tigers with a 4-run top of the fourth inning. The 3-1 home to Martinez. Judd sends this one across the plate. He gets the fly ball. It's a looper out and right. That's going to be trouble, but great defense from the Tigers. Looks like Clark Wilson. He's tall enough to be Clark Wilson. Puts that one away and ends the damage for the St. David Tigers, but damage was done. 10-4 now. Pumas extend that lead to 6 runs. And it looks like the Bisbee Pumas are going to be coming out in the bottom of the fourth for defense. And yes, that is the case. So the St. David Tigers do get a chance to answer in the bottom of the fourth inning. They have 3 outs to come back into this ball game and pick up 6 runs. I've seen crazier things. That's the beauty about baseball. There is no clock on this thing. It is a war of attrition. That does give me a chance to thank some people that make this broadcast possible. Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care all across Cochise and Santa Cruz County. Call them today at 520-685-1035. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, SSVEC, serving our community. The Ed Morse Automotive Group of Sierra Vista. Stop in today and experience the difference at Ed Morse. Cochise County is now backed by Ed Morse Automotive Group. Thank you to the Sherry Ethel team along Realty, proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. Oh, I expected the fans to get into that one. See Caroline playing in the background. Thank you to BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. And thank you to the Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County. They have physical therapy departments in Bisbee, Hereford, and Douglas, providing the highest quality of services to outpatients and home health patients of all ages. Make an appointment with one of their doctors of physical therapy today at 520-432-6435. Oh, just kidding. We have one more sponsor we can read. Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper for all of your landscaping needs, including pool cleaning services, serving all of Cochise County. Visit them on Facebook or Google Grasshopper Landscaping. Thank you to Ginger Saddles of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Look for the iconic pink door. They're now open on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and we are ready to get action resumed at Warren Ballpark. As Dave Davies says, rally caps for St. David. They will need them. 3 outs and 6 runs. That's what they have. Caden Richardson, the 9-hole hitter for the St. David Tigers, will be the first one to take his hacks against Hunter Wright, still on the mound for the Bisbee Pumas. Throws that fastball low and away. 1-0 the count. Up, this is Vincent Yeager, rather. Caden Richards, I see, is on deck. So Vincent Yeager, the 8-hole hitter for the St. David Tigers. Looks at that one across the plate. 1-1 the count. Gets slider from Bryson Meyer. Hunter Wright, man, need that chair. The 1-1 home. That's going to be thrown right by him. Now 1-2 the count to Vincent Yeager. Hunter Wright trying to finish what he started in the kickoff game of the Warren Baseball Classic. Good breaking ball, but Yeager able to stay back on it and foul it off. Not only did he foul it off, he got the barrel on that one. Still 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Yeager, you could see he choking up on the bat, trying to defend with 2 strikes, and does. Fouls this one right back at us. The mountain's completely gone in the background. Can't even see the silhouette on the stream. And I'll tell you, the stream actually had the silhouette of the mountains longer than you can actually see them with the human eye. Go figure. Technology, right? The 1-2 home now to Yeager. Good breaking ball. This one's going to be a high fly ball that's going to get above us, and we will continue this 1-2. If Brian Martinez can't get to it, nobody can get to it. One ball, 2 strikes. As we're going to reset, Vincent Yeager's doing a great job of working Hunter Wright deep into the ball game. It does pay to see as many pitches as you possibly can. Michelle Dubovich in the chat says Jackson, number 8, is my godson, so we got both Jackson's godparents in here. This one's going to be thrown right by him, a fastball at the knees. Another strikeout from Hunter Wright. I believe that is now 6 strikeouts for the Hunter, and that's going to bring up Caden Richens. Richens wants to get on base. They only want 1 out before they turn the lineup over to Grant Haymore, and Grant Haymore started that rally for the St. David Tigers in the last full inning. Bottom of the 3rd. This one's going to be thrown away right at us. 1-0 the count as that one was low and away. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live. Let me know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. A lot of viewers piling up in this surprise broadcast baseball game that we had tonight. Love to see it. Of course, Dave Davies will be here at the Warren Ballpark Classic tomorrow. I do believe, Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, you start with the Tombstone Yellow Jackets, the Wilcox Cowboys. That one's going to be over. 1-1 the count is Hunter Wright able to catch the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 10-4 your score in Bisbee, Arizona, historic Warren Ballpark, where Bryson Meyer unofficially has the longest home run ever hit here. That one on the outside corner, now starting to pop the glove. Hunter Wright not messing around. He struck out Yeager with the fastball, and now popping that one home to Caden Richens. The 1-2 home. Breaking ball doesn't catch. 2-2. Dave Davies says Tombstone, and then Bisbee tomorrow, St. David, and Wilcox Saturday. So, Dave, you're only doing 2 games tomorrow? Is that what I'm seeing? Maybe I have the Tombstone Yellow Jackets, the Wilcox Cowboys. That's going to be a strike 3. Caught looking as Caden Richardson. Now Grant Haymore, freshman, looking to start the rally one more time for the St. David Tigers. Dave Davies says that is correct. 2 games each day for Dave Davies. I'm going to do 3. Of course, I didn't do any games earlier this. Ooh, that one's going to be shot right back up to Hunter Wright. And I'll tell you, Grant Haymore, the freshman, imagine that. A Haymore is very impressive today. Does that start the 2-out rally for the St. David Tigers? A good candidate to keep it going is Owen Judd, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles in this ball game for the Tigers. Now 2 for 3 is Grant Haymore. Grant Haymore jumping on another first pitch. Shot that one right back up to center field. Great piece of hitting. Owen Judd 2 for 2. Wind is blowing out to left. His only home run was in front of Cool FM Live. But unfortunately, last year our camera cut out right when it happened. So we missed it, and I had to go apologize to Owen Judd for that one. First pitch home to him. That one's going to be in the dirt. 1-0. Good block from Martinez behind the plate. Cochise County full of just great catchers. Great catchers. Unsung hero of catching is Dylan Mitchell for the Valley Union Blue Devils, and I think he's going to be pitching more this year. Shout out Stephen De La Cruz for the Valley Union Blue Devils, who's doing most of the catching. in the first game that we saw. The 1-0 home from Hunter Wright. That's going to catch. 1-1 the count. Using that fastball to get ahead. Breaking pitches are always fun to throw, and especially when you see a hitter freeze up. But there's always got to be the threat of the fastball. You have to keep hitters honest. The 1-1 home. Breaking ball. This one's going to be turned on by Judd over the head of Montiel. And that's going to now be runners on first and second for the St. David Tigers. They had a 4-run last full inning in the bottom of the third, now looking to make it the same thing in the bottom of the fourth. And that is a hit. That is not an error. Score that one a single for Owen Judd, who is now 3 for 3 in this ball game. That's going to bring up Luke Haymore. He struck out his last plate appearance, but was able to reach first on the wild pitch. Runners at first and second. Luke Haymore 0 for 2. Can he get off the schneid? Can he get off the schneid in a big way? I mean, we've seen a few players hit home runs for us. Dawson Judd for Bisbee, Horacio Olivaria, DJ Elias for Tombstone. Why not Luke Haymore for St. David? All right, on the outside corner, painting the corner with that one was Hunter Wright. 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. This will be the last inning of action. We have the 90-minute time limit, folks. Runners on first and second for the St. David Tigers. 2 outs. The second one home. Haymore behind that lively fastball. 0-2, and Hunter Wright can go anywhere from here. Tombstone's DJ Elias and Gabe Garcia would definitely throw a high fastball. Former pitcher Jose Mendez for the Bisbee Pumas would throw a breaking ball. Bryson Meyer would throw anything he wanted. He's got 3 strikeout pitches. What does Hunter Wright have? 0-2 to put away Luke Haymore. We shall see. Haymore not choking up on the bat. Outside corner, doesn't catch, just missed. 1-2. That's an optical illusion as Brian Martinez was set up outside. He threw it right at the target. Good job by the umpire not being fooled on the tricks of the catchers in 2A baseball. Or in Cochise County, I should say. I wonder who's catching for the Douglas Bulldogs. I know Nate Whitworth for the Buena Colts is catching. Let me see it, man. This slider is going to be fouled away. Good job staying alive from Luke Haymore. Still 1-2 the count. Haymore trying desperately to get it back to Cooper Merrill, who had a 2 RBI single in his last plate appearance. Runners on first and second. Expect something high here from Hunter Wright. I would love a high inside fastball. He throws it on the outside corner. Location was different. The pitch was the same. Hunter Wright strikes out Luke Haymore, and that's going to do it here in Bisbee, Arizona. The Bisbee Pumas take the first game of the Warren Baseball Classic. I love that song. As the Bisbee Pumas kick off our tournament, 10-4 your score. Stick around, folks. Tomorrow we will be doing a couple of games. Friday we have 3 games on the docket, and Saturday 2 more games to close out all of our coverage at the Warren Baseball Classic. I am Paul Corder. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. You are very welcome, Butch and Cindy Hammett. I love that song. I love that song. I love baseball season. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.